Man by David Dida, one of my favorite books. And we're going to start where we left off at yesterday, chapter 32. She doesn't really want to be number one. A woman sometimes seems to want to be the most important thing in her man's life. However, if she is the most important thing, then she feels her man has made her the number one priority and is not fully dedicated or directed to divine growth and service. She will feel her man's dependence on her for his happiness, and this will make her feel smothered by his neediness and clinging. A woman really wants her man to be totally dedicated to his highest purpose and also to love her fully, although she would never admit it. She wants to feel that her man could be willing to sacrifice their relationship for the sake of his highest purpose. Imagine that a man must go off to war. He hugs the woman goodbye. She is crying. "Please don't go," she begs. "You know that I must," he answers. They look each other deeply in the eyes. "You know that I love you," he says to her. "Yes, I know. And I also know you must go," she replies. And another gush of tears bursts from her heartbroken face. He turns and walks out the door to his necessary destiny, as the woman, full of pain and pride, watches him disappear. This dramatic scene captures a profound, energetic principle. Although your woman seems to want to be the most important thing in your life, she actually can trust and love you more if she is not. A man's highest purpose is his priority, not his intimacy. Your woman knows this deep inside. She really wants to be this way. The woman in the scene above would actually feel strange if her man suddenly said, "I've changed my mind. You are more important to me than the freedom of mankind. You are the most important thing in my life, and I don't care if my service to humanity is needed elsewhere. So I'm staying here with you." Even though part of her will feel glad, a deeper part of her will feel deflated, emptied, let down. And yet, as her man leaves the door to accomplish his mission, she cries, wishing he didn't have to go. But he does have to go, and she knows it. If a woman has become the point of your life, you are lost. You have a gift to give, a purpose to fulfill, a deep heart impulse that moves you. If you have lost touch with this impulse, then you will begin to feel big in your life. You will make decisions because you have to, but they don't want to be guided by a deeper sense of purpose. You may take on your woman's purposes because they are stronger than yours. You may adapt your need for direction to externally regulated purposes, becoming a cogwheel company man or a dead-ended husband and parent, without leaving yourself open to your own greatest vision. Be careful not to substitute default responsibilities for true purpose. It is easy to fill your day with chores and obligations, coming up for air only long enough to watch some TV or have quick X. It's also easy to give up entirely on living a life of absolute commitment to truth, settling for the common life of absolute commitment to work, family, intimacy, and friends. Yet, you can only be a superior professional, father, husband, and friend when you are living these relationships as gifts given from your core, not as what's left over because you don't have the guts to discover your core impulse and live on this basis. If you aren't living from your core, giving your fullest gifts, everyone will feel your lack of true purpose. Your kids will challenge your authority. Your colleagues will take advantage of you. Your friends won't expect much of you. And your wife won't trust you. Even though she may seem to want to be the center of your life, she doesn't. She wants you to know the center of your life. However, so she can trust you. Even if you must go off somewhere without her to fulfill your purpose, like a man going to war, she will be able to trust you and love you as long as your purpose is real and true. If you are always watching TV, reading magazines, or gambling, your woman will feel trivialization of life. So will feel you settling for less and will resent the frivolity of your will. But if you have discovered the purpose springing from your deepest core, and if your entire life is aligned by this deep purpose, your woman will feel the truth of your choices. Though she may not always like your choices, she will love them. And she will love you for having the courage to live your truth. She can relax and trust you because even if you are enjoying watching TV, reading magazines, and gambling now and then, she knows that you will never compromise your highest purpose in life, which includes, but is not centered nor dependent on your relationship with her. Chapter 33. Your excellent track record is meaningless to her. A woman's track record means nothing to the feminine. A man could be perfect for 10 years, but if he's an asshole for 30 seconds, his woman acts like he's always been one. The feminine responds to the moment of energy, forgetting her man's history of past behavior. A man's past behavior is irrelevant to his woman's feeling in the moment. But men base much on another man's history of behavior, so they think their own track record shouldn't count or should count for something. But to a woman, it doesn't. It's been a tough and late day at work. You finally come home and your woman is upset. You forgot that you were supposed to have dinner with another couple that night and the time has passed. Your woman is furious. I'm sorry I'm late, but this was an unusual day, you say. I haven't worked late for months, but I had to today. You probably can't even remember the last time I forgot a date together we had planned. Or hardly ever forget those kind of things. Well, you did today, and that's what counts. There's no use trying to mitigate her anger by referring to your great track record. To the feminine, history is irrelevant. What counts is the feeling in the moment. If you let her down now, it doesn't matter that you haven't let her down for months or even years. Your past successes mean nothing to her present feeling of your failure. For you, as a man, it is probably easier to forgive and forget an occasional mistake made by another man who has and was and has a great track record. What pisses you off is when a man lacks integrity and continually fails as word. But even big mistakes are fairly easy to let go of, made by a man who's otherwise impeccable. You know he really does the best, and this mistake was a rare exception. But for the feminine, the part is entirely irrelevant. One wrong word in the midst of a 5-hour lovemaking session that was otherwise perfect could collapse your woman as completely as if you had spent 2 hours making mistakes. Instead of getting angry because she's upset that you made one little mistake in a long series of successes, instantly shift the energy between you. Remember, history is irrelevant to the feminine, so your mistake is as easily forgotten as your successes. As soon as you see she's upset, immediately assume happiness. Shock her with your love. Make her smile and laugh with your humor. Lick her neck, or lift her off the ground and pretend you're King Kong. Surprise her in some loving way, and the emotional state and slate will be wiped clean. Your momentary failure will be effectively banished, as irrelevant as the long line of your successes. Restore love and happiness in the present moment. Don't justify your little mistake by referring to your long line of successes. So we're going to stop right there at page 121, chapter 34. She wants to relax in the demonstration of your direction. So later or tomorrow, that's what we're going to read. Make sure y'all like, follow, share, subscribe, all that. Thank y'all for your time. This was The Way of the Superior Man by David Dida. Global.